So while we're waiting for the client to start, to the couple of students that are in here, I know all of your names, and if I remember correctly, I've loved all of your work. So we have a great set of students this year. One thing I've noticed is there are a lot of questions around the conversion funnel and what the purpose is of that. So I want to talk about the conversion funnel, but also the conversion chart just above it in the worksheet. The idea is that, yes, we have conversion goals from the client, but a number of them are internally focused. So blogging more often is a very internally focused type goal. That doesn't fit well in with that conversion table and the conversion funnel, but the goal of increasing sales is a very measurable goal. But you can break it down in a lot of ways. So I want everybody to be very open-minded about what that chart and what that funnel are. To give you an example, I will talk through what I think is how I would go about kind of working through that for them. Is they have multiple kinds of clients. And a number of you have noted that they have B2B clients and B2C clients. They talk about the B2B clients very often. But I think what they're going for and what I'm going to ask today is, are they moving toward B2C or are they just adding B2C? So in that, you have two different types of clients now. You have your businesses that are going to be making gigantic orders. And hold on, I saw a thing from LaShawn. Thing there. Let me make sure everybody's hearing this. So to anybody listening to this later, sorry, one of the students is having a hard time hearing us. And I don't want to continue unless he can hear me. Sean, hello. He's not responding anymore. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and continue. LaShawn, if you can hear me or anything, just listen to this later. So what I was talking about is they have B2B customers and they have B2C customers. So those are two different portions of the same goal. People that search for terms inside of Google that are B2B might be different than B2C. They might use terms like bulk. They might just search differently, and they could search the exact same way as well. So that's one way to break up their goal of just increasing revenue. But then they also have a number of items that the way somebody comes in is going to change depending on their needs. So you have their surprise balls. And then you have piñatas. Somebody that is looking for surprise balls and somebody that's looking for piñatas have different needs, and they're going to come in on different pages. We would hope that if somebody was looking for a piñata, their landing page would be the piñata's landing page. And their conversion point would be to buy something. Ooh, I get echoes.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi, this is Courtney.
Hi, Courtney.
And Courtney is with Top.
About Top, okay. Yes. Hi, I apologize, we're running a little late today.
Amanda, I'm going to let you take over from here.
Okay. Courtney, are we still waiting on Judy?
Judy is right next to me.
Oh, perfect. Can you share your webcam?
Sure.
Okay, while we're waiting on the webcam there, I'll go ahead and get started. For those of you who have not met me yet, my name is Amanda Geldof. I am the Program Manager for Digital Brand Management. Let's see here. I'm kind of the one behind the scenes who's sending out a lot of the announcements and making sure that you all have the tools that you need, keeping our instructors in mind. And beyond that, we're meeting today to meet with Kate Morris and the folks from Tops Malibu in order to view a live consultation session so you can kind of see what it would look like to consult as an SEO expert and also understand what types of key questions you need to be asking your client Kate did a really great job of explaining why she's asking the questions she's asking, and then analyzing some of the answers for you to draw out some of those key pieces that you should be paying attention to. Once we are finished with that portion, we'll open it up for a Q&A session. In order to kind of keep this hectic screen-changing, madness from happening, we ask that you use the chat function to submit your questions. This also helps to ensure that all of the questions do get answered and we don't miss anything. So with that,
Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you, Judy. Hi.
Hi.
All right. So with that, I will let Kate kind of give you a quick intro to her, and then we'll do a quick intro with Judy and Courtney, and then we'll launch into the consultation session. Does that sound like a plan?
Sure.
Awesome. All right.
So we will start with me. For those of you who haven't heard or haven't seen my wonderful comments, I'm Kate Morris. I'm one of your instructors. I have been in search marketing for 13, 14 years. Focused on paid search in the beginning, moved into natural search. I'm off on my own right now, kind of working for a couple of agencies, helping them grow, helping them set up some processes, but really focusing on helping smaller clients figure out what exactly needs to happen. And I have loved the transition of natural search into a more marketing thing, which is my background. I have a degree in marketing and an MBA, and it's been fantastic to watch this world develop into the marketing wonderfulness that it is. So to a few of you, a reminder that if you've seen comments from me, there were a few times I said to ask the client this question during the webinar. I would love to see that happen. So write down your questions and please be ready with those. And Judy, we're going to turn it over to you.
Am I supposed to be? Hi. What would you? I'm not prepared. I don't know what would you like me to say?
Just tell us about you guys. Just a nice overview.
Okay. Wow. Okay. My name's Judy Walker, and the best way for an introduction to the company is our website. And there's a little video that shows our design studio, which is on Kauai. And the business is in Eugene, Oregon. It's actually in Springfield. And I, for 35 years, have been designing surprise. And things, I kind of engineer products that surprise. And the concept is, when a group of people get surprised, they're first startled, then they think, what's going on here? And then they start interacting. And then they have these great memories. So that's kind of the pattern of what we do. So everything has to do with surprise. Whether it's a surprise ball, you unwind, and as you unwind the crepe paper ribbon, you get to vintage style prizes inside and all kinds of fun quotes and fortunes and toys and gemstones, all kinds of things. And we do those in all different sizes. Or a sparkler, and the sparklers have so much fun. They're in the shapes of numbers and hearts and stars and letters, so you can write your name or for a wedding, or anyway, those have been extremely popular. We do conversation games, and to kind of get people answering questions that they might not otherwise do. So that's kind of the concept behind my business. Do you want to add something, Courtney?
Yeah, I mean, the motto of the business is adding surprise to life and its celebration. So I really enjoy and have enjoyed working for Top for the past 10 years because I know that the products that we create really make memories, and they're fun and interactive. So it's a really great way to bring people together through surprise. So,
and one of our newest products that's been a huge hit is something called the Magic Butterfly. It's a butterfly that you wind it up as a little rubber band, and then you wind it up, you stick it in a greeting card, or you put a bunch of it in a book, you mail it to someone. When they open it up, these butterflies fly out. And there's a little 20-second video on our website that shows that, and those have been fantastic. So you can reuse them over and over again. So that's the kind of things that I look for. That happened to be a product that I discovered. I didn't design it, but it hadn't been in this country, so then we got an exclusive for it, and it's pretty magical. so the one thing I want to say more is it's not about the products. Products are basically thrown away. It's about the memories that Tops Malibu creates by their products. So they're meant to be discarded, and you're left with memories. And so many people have used tops for traditions for their family. I got a call yesterday from a lady who she said, "Oh, I have to do I need to do Christmas in July because my sister's dying. She has 3 months left to live." And as I was hearing her, I was thinking, I've heard this before, where people have had their last Christmas, they've made it not in Christmas time. And she said, surprise balls. We used to have surprise balls when we were kids, and I searched for you online, and finally I found you. And she said, I looked up, and I wrote down the words she looked up. She had a hard time finding those words, so those were important words. But anyway, she said, I finally found you, and this will be so much fun. So we're all going to have, Christmas in July, and she'll have her surprise ball like when she was little and be able to share those memories. So this is the kind of thing that we get. And we get people ordering surprise balls year after year after year, and not year after year, holiday after holiday. So once a kid gets a surprise ball, that's all they want. It becomes the best present they've ever had. And it's just, so that's and our customer base, we sell to stores. Mostly we sell to stores. Our online business is only about 10%, our retail selling to individuals. We'd like to develop that more, which is why Kate will be really helpful, I bet. And so, but our customers stay with us. There's not competition in what we do at this point. I mean, there's tons and tons of party stores and party things, but what we do is a little bit different, and it's more high end. What we do is it's more in kind of the better stores. It's not for the masses, but masses are going to buy leather sparklers and things like that. But their design, the packaging is very high end, and they feel special touching the product. And I think about 6-7 years ago, we changed our packaging, and ever since then, just the business really exploded. It's just simple white packaging with black letters and kind of old font. So anyway, wanted to mention that.
Okay. But we could definitely use help with the analysis of our website and how to increase the conversion of visitors. Our team has begun to reevaluate and spend more energy because we are actually a very small team and everybody's wearing a lot of different hats. So from designing products to doing marketing, it's just like the time that you can dedicate to certain areas has been limited, but we're adjusting the content in the different categories on the website. I recently started looking into the traffic sources, and we get a lot of traffic from Pinterest, but the actual conversion of sales is minimal. We get a lot of traffic, but we're just starting to doing more frequent messaging out on social media, Instagram, feeding to Facebook, and we're going to reformat the way that our blog is set up on the website. But basically, we're a small team, so we're just trying to use use the resources wisely. So.
And we've been waiting for you.
So
that's great. Thank you.
Well, what's wonderful is you guys answered a number of questions already. All right, so first of all, as Amanda mentioned, I'm going to explain a lot of my thinking to the students, so just bear with me. I'm going to go over what you guys just said and what the small tidbits they might have missed, but things that if you were my client, I would turn around and be like, yes, we're going to run with that. The first thing is your videos. I saw your main video on your YouTube channel, and I absolutely loved it, especially the first 10 to 15 seconds. It's you on Kauai.
Which videos are you talking about? There's lots of videos.
It's the intro video.
Oh, okay. Of me here.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
That one. You have great videos, and you mentioned a couple of videos, especially the butterfly thing. I would love to see. So students, what I picked up from that is video is very important today. It's a big sharing point. It's absolutely imperative to keep people on a page. And so one of the things that I would look into, and this is a note to write down for you guys, is how can they utilize their videos more on the site to get people to a conversion point. So start thinking about that. The second thing that I noted is that they're all about the experience. And that's so absolutely great to hear, which is funny because most companies are like, but we have to sell, but we have to sell, but we have to sell, but we have to sell. You guys are all about creating that experience. You understand that your products are going to be thrown away, but you're going for something bigger than that. That's gold for promotions. Promotion becomes...
If you can put it into words, well, it's so hard.
Well, it's sharing gold. It's maybe not you guys describing it. It's using your end people to describe it for you. So it's utilizing your target base to, for some of your products, maybe you guys have one target video of your surprise balls, of what a surprise ball is, what goes into it, all of that type of thing. But then on top of that, letting people submit a 10 to 15 second video that you editorially, you pick the great ones, and you put those in on the product pages. If you guys have ever shopped at modcloth.com, ModCloth, in my world, revolutionized buying clothes online for women because of their review process. They make sure that they send emails to their users a week or two after purchase. They ask for their size, they ask for their measurements, and they ask for specific feedback. Did this run bigger, smaller, whatever else? And so when somebody goes back in to buy that specific dress, and it was a little short, like you really need to wear leggings with it, you got to see that there were comments about that. But just recently, in the last 3 to 4 years, they started allowing for user images of that specific product, but in those people's outfits. So you could see a top that you think you like, but you're not sure what to pair with it, along in that product page. Same kind of idea here. If people can see what great joy comes from a surprise ball and they can kind of get that feeling and be inspired to then buy that for their own party, that would be fantastic. Now, I don't know the how to make all of this happen, but that's what I heard and experienced is it's the Chewbacca mask. You guys have a product that is around a great feeling. And having a product that is centered around a great feeling is actually really hard for a lot of companies, but it incites sharing. It's a very shareable thing. So I want the students to zero in on that. I also want them to zero in on the traditions thing. She said that lots of people make family traditions out of this. That's great content. That's great shareable, linkable content that might be created in the future about starting your own family traditions. I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather see her products become a tradition than Elf on a Shelf. But that's my own thing. There were a couple of other things. Note that 10% of their business is online retail. So a couple students noted that you guys seem to be primarily B2B, and they were right about that. Also note that they have a lot of return business. So a couple of metrics, and you guys will hear comments from me later on about this, is trackable metrics for them are not going to be the same as a typical retailer. While they want new users and they want new buyers online, they also want to have new buyers that are always going to come back. So there is a metric inside of Google Analytics that is percent new visitors, percent return visitors. As you guys grow your online presence, you're going to want that percent return visitors to about maintain. You want the people that, you want to bring the kind of traffic in that is going to keep coming back. So you don't want to see that return visitor percentage drop. in conjunction with getting a whole bunch of new visitors. So I don't ever want you guys to do something that's going to bring you an influx of traffic that buys one thing and then never comes back. You guys are about the experience, so you have different types of metrics. And then I've harped on a couple of you about not just copying and pasting their goals. She mentioned conversion rate optimization. That is a great goal to head toward. Is they have lots of traffic from a lot of social channels. Now, how do they go about converting that into buyers? And it may not be a buyer type thing immediately. This gets into the funnel. What we were talking about funnels earlier is those social channels are on the top of the funnel. We want to get them down to the bottom of the funnel, which is buying something, but there are steps in between there. What do those steps look like to them, and how can they measure where people are leaving in that process? So that's all the stuff I learned from everything you just told me. Anything wrong, completely wrong there?
I want to tell you one thing, okay? No, it's great. I just read this yesterday. It's a Warren Buffett quote, and I want everyone to hear it. So, the best advice to a small business owner is never stop thinking about how to delight your customer. Not to satisfy your customer, but to delight your customer. And when you wake up in the morning, start thinking about it. And during the day, think about it. And at night, think about it. And then dream about it. And that's what Warren Buffett said. So I love that. And that's how you create a successful business.
Exactly.
So, and the other thing I wanted to say is our business, which you have picked up on, that I've been concerned with before, was that we don't want to do the normal things. It's not like, well, get your thing. Like Neiman Marcus used to be a very high-end store and kind of had sophistication and class. Now it's crammed in my emails. It's become so lowbrow. It's really sad to me. But so Tops is sophisticated. It has a lot of celebrities use it. It came from Malibu, Hollywood, lots of. But we don't want to have get this. You can get the lowest price, and now you're going to have this sale. That's not the vibe we want. I think that might kill the brand. So
yeah,
and that's kind of what Judy, working for her for so long and doing design and marketing, she's really trained me to not over communicate. So we have a really good mailing list, and a lot of the way that we communicate is via constant contact through our different channels. And there's 4 different channels, a few more than that, but basically 4 different categories of people that we're speaking to. And we do a minimal amount of emails annually, which I've started to increase the quantity that we're doing, especially to our retail customers. If we were generally only emailing them once every 6 weeks, I'm trying to do a little bit more frequently because I can see the results of those communications that pays off, the sales in the online store and the traffic. And so, but Judy has been really cautious about over communicating. So yeah, that makes sense. And Judy, that's a very, very valid fear. I've seen lots of businesses in the last 5 years, 10 years, really do that. They've been so focused on more that they lose who they are. I saw Macy's do that. Macy's was kind of the same thing. It was that cool place to go to when you were in a big city, and now everybody has one. And they've tried to work back to that, but I think they have an uphill battle ahead of them in that branding perspective. So to the class, what I want to point out is you're going to read a lot of articles about SEO. You're going to read a lot of articles about keyword research and all these really, boring things. I don't want you to give them advice about changing the title tag on their homepage. Their homepage is not a rankable page for anything but their brand. It's who they are. Now, if somebody looks for surprise balls and they know the name of it, I want them to get to the right page. And that's what SEO is about, is making sure that people who are searching for something using a search engine can get to what they need to as soon as possible. But we don't want to make this into a
let's create all of this content based on keyword research kind of stuff, because that I don't want it to turn into something that is not you guys, not that experience. And we always want to keep that experience as a part of the content that the students recommend, and all of the social integrations and things like that. So I'm going to kick off with a question. One of your focuses is on blogging and blogging more often, and I'd love to hear why. Give me some background there.
I think we spoke about that in the past, and it was an idea that we were trying to implement. But honestly, because basically, my time got shifted into doing more product development, because it's the time of the year where we need to actually create products, because this is summertime where there are all the gift shows which happen for the buying for the holidays. So we went out on social media and we collected content from users that we really liked, and we've asked permission to repost that content. And then we have a marketing calendar that's going to be put in place where we'll be communicating 3 to 4 times a week on social media that will then feed our blog on our website as well, just so that there's fresh content, that things are linkable, that, just trying to pull traffic to the site that way. But I'm not quite sure how valuable it is for us to invest energy and time into creating more blog content right now.
I want to say something about that. The reason I want to blog is because I'm really trying to figure out how to express this thing about surprise. And I'm getting closer, and depending on how much time I have in terms of running the business, but if someone else is running it, then because eventually I'd like to write a book about surprise and from a color picture tabletop book. But so I'm really interested in talking about spontaneity. Our message used to be spontaneity, synchronicity, smiles. So the more spontaneous you are, create synchronicity, create smiles. So that was 20 years ago. That was our, and I don't think it was too much at the time. People didn't quite get it. But I really want to be able to express the background of what Talks is about, and and I want to be able to do that through the blog. So that would be my reason. I haven't had time to do it. I've done it a little bit. You can see what's there, but that's my interest in the blog. That's my only interest in the blog.
Okay, so I would highly recommend, and students, please listen to this, I would highly recommend the blogging not be a search goal per se, even though something like what you just described would be, I hate using this term, blinking gold. To have your thoughts on all of that, to have your thoughts on surprises and how people think and how people react and building experiences, that is greatly shareable things, especially on social media, especially when people are planning parties, and that is a giant thing around Pinterest, around Instagram. There's a lot of social thought there and a lot of places to share it, but it's more something that is about making you a thought leader or showing that you are already a thought leader, and being different, not using it to talk about things that everybody's searching for, talking about your products. It can't be about your products. It has to be about...
That's what I would like it to be. Exactly.
Yeah. And if one of the posts is inspired by one of your products, yes, you would naturally link to that product so that people could see that, and that might turn into sales. But that's not what the focus would be. The focus would be to actually inspire people.
Okay, good. I really am happy to hear that.
Yeah. So all students that are listening, I'll try to remember to post this down. I would like to remove the blogging as a goal, because I think that's not an SEO goal. I think that's a branding goal that can have an impact on SEO over time, but it's not an SEO goal.
Exactly. Now, one of the things for SEO I wanted to bring up to you, this has kind of always thrown me off, is you get an expert in and they go, oh, okay, party favors. They do all these words that But doesn't that there were like the word party favors? Doesn't Hallmark spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to get party favors to slam to their site? So, do we even try to compete with the word party favors, or are we going more for the little esoteric things that we do? You know, surprise balls, the ribbon ball, the gift ball, the treasure ball. You know, trying to get words where people might put it in.
Party favors is most likely, I can't say for sure because I haven't done the research, but is almost entirely too general for you. Your money's going to come from what we call long tail terms, which are your specific products. Sparklers. Go after sparklers because you know the biggest seller of not like just sparklers, but letter sparklers.
Letter sparklers.
Yeah. 4th of July sparklers. Like, I really love the sparkler stick things. I saw those. They were really cute. Like, the little packaging. There's like 8 sparklers in a tube.
Yeah.
Great party favor. But the second you take a keyword past 3 to 5 words, it becomes a long tail term that very few people have.
Yep.
It's a lot easier to rank for. We can't tell you what those terms are.
No.
But you can keep developing products. We can give recommendations. The class can give recommendations to describe on the page what those products are, and that will bring in traffic just on its own. But you're right, party favors. There are just certain terms. I'm glad you're an intelligent business owner that sees that there are certain head terms, we call them head terms, that big businesses are just going to own. They're stronger.
Yeah.
They spend millions of dollars. They pour so many resources into this, but truthfully, somebody looking for party favors, I would say probably 70% of those people is not looking for you. They're looking for the plastic tablecloths and the dory little fish things. They're not looking for this. And it's not going to be good traffic.
What about Etsy? You know, we did Etsy a lot when it first started, and then I pulled off of it. I said, come on, let's forget about it. But let's talk about Etsy.
Okay, so Etsy, I actually just got done speaking at a conference that was very eBay driven. Over in Australia, a lot of businesses use eBay as a way to get into a specific market. They sell on eBay to build up their business. Same thing with products like yours. A lot of businesses will start with Etsy, use Etsy's base to build up their business, and preferably do what you do, which is take it off of Etsy, sell it on your own. Because if you sell on Etsy, you pay them.
Yeah.
Some small portion of it, but you still have to.
Yeah.
It can be good. I'm not going to say yes or no because I don't know.
Yeah.
It has its pluses and its minuses. Its pluses is that if somebody searches on Etsy, if they're a hardcore Etsy person, they're going to go to Etsy. They're going to search on Etsy's site. And if you're not on Etsy, you're not going to be found there. If that's a large percentage of your user base, you might need to be there. But I don't know that for sure. When it comes to a search perspective, you don't want to be on Etsy. When it comes to SEO, it's like loading all of your videos. I'm sorry to say this because you guys do this, loading all your videos just on YouTube. You're giving YouTube the traffic.
Yes.
It's not a bad thing for your business necessarily. People still see it, and if they search on YouTube, they will find it. But it's better if it's on your own site.
How do we know how to do that?
I can send you guys resources.
Please, that would be great. Oh,
Okay.
One more question for you, may I ask?
Yeah.
We have been on MarthaStewart.com or whatever. Then Martha Stewart was on eBay, and then now they're on Amazon, and so it's called Made in America. Mm-hmm. Martha Stewart. So we're on Amazon, but I would like, maybe this isn't the time. So another time I'd love to talk to you about Amazon, because we stayed away from Amazon except for about 4 products, kind of minor products. And I guess this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, so we should probably talk about it later, yeah?
Yeah. But in one word, test it. Throw up a couple of products, see if it brings the return. If it does, it might be a valid business practice, but from an SEO perspective, again, Amazon's a bigger, stronger domain, so they could start ranking better for your product names than you would.
That's what we don't want. Yeah,
it's possible. It's not set in stone. So to all of the students, there are I think I would say 3 things that go into ranking. There's relevance, so it's the relevance to what this person searched for. There's strength, which is how popular or how strong that page is in terms of links, in terms of talking about it, all of that type of thing. And then the third thing is personalization. So for a page to rank for any query, it has to be relevant to the query first and foremost. It has to be stronger than everything else. And then if there's personalization, everything goes out the window. Like if they have clicked on the same site a billion times for the last 5 years, Google's going to show that up at the top. But we can't control for that. So we control for relevance and for strength. Relevance tops all, though. So if you were the originator of that product name, you were the first one to put it out there, you are the owner, there are tons of signals online saying that this is yours, your page should rank first. However, there are lots of different things that go into relevance that are like unique content, stuff like that. So if the Amazon listing of your product is the exact same page, basically all the same text as your listing, there's much more of a possibility that Amazon will rank higher. So there's a lot of stuff going into that. That Amazon sometimes is great for businesses, great. And as long as you keep the content separate and your content better, you will still rank better than Amazon. But it's a big science art thing, and that's SEO.
You're smart. You're so lucky to have you, Blue.
Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, couple more questions. We talked about this a little bit. I want to get it from the horse's mouth. Are you guys, it sounds like you guys are just wanting to grow the B2C type business, but B2B is still kind of your bread and butter. Is that about right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the B2C sees it in the B2B. You know, they see it in stores.
Yeah.
So
there's also strengthening our messaging and our brand and being, you know, having that conversation out there that Judy wants to share more about who Tops Malibu is. So many people are seeing and getting exposed to our product from, you know, third parties that you know, a lot of the thing about the products that she designs and creates is that they do come from traditions. Like our Grand Surprise Cornucopia are a German tradition of this giant cone that is given to school children. The surprise ball, the tradition of that is from women taking yarn and teaching their daughters to knit and hiding trinkets inside of the balls of yarn. So it's just kind of like really putting our brand out there more, because people like Free People and Anthropology and Cynthia Rowley and stores in Japan and France, all over the world, they carry our product. But I feel like Tops Malibu, it's been around for 35 years, and there should be, people should know it more. And so that's kind of my...
Yeah, they always feel like it's what a discovery, and I'm thinking, yeah, 35 years later.
So it sounds like
it's a brand.
Brand growth is still a major thing. It's trying to make the brand a little more top of mind on the average everyday consumer's mind.
Yeah,
That'd be good. That's what I want to do.
That's what I want to do too. So.
Okay.
That's my
I have 2 more questions, and then we're going to turn it over to the students. Tell me, okay, so who do you think you compete with online? We've talked about Etsy, we've talked about Amazon. Let's not talk about distributors.
Etsy is very, thank you, there you are.
Yeah, I'm here.
So yeah, I think Etsy, that's a good one. I mean, that's all those Etsy little people that do different things, and then they start talking with surprise. They make their own surprise ball. So people, I want to go there. What would you say?
Some of our wholesalers,
our
rank for sparklers, but and I tried doing this through Google Shopping. I installed the app on Shopify and like connected our products to Google Merchant. to try to do paid advertising of our product because our competitors are using Google Shopping with our product. So when you search sparklers, all the pictures of our products are up there, but then our website is below it. They go to Swoozies or Spring or...
Well, Swoozies is the big one.
Yeah, Spring is doing it a lot now too, but that's...
So something to consider that's outside of the scope of what the students are going to do. At some point, you guys might need to consider writing it into your contract with your distributors. When they can or cannot put something onto stuff like product ads.
And I go, sure.
Yeah, you might need to rewrite your contracts for that and say, no, they explicitly cannot do that. I've seen a lot of businesses have to do that, especially with Amazon and especially with Google product ads.
Yeah, and we've got people that are doing it, but on their own website too, or just not on Google. They say no Google. Yeah. That's the big one. We cannot do it on Google.
No AdWords. No product display ads. No
product display ads. No AdWords.
No AdWords.
I mean, they can go after like the general terms, but your product names, like your product names. So you would have to distinguish this. But if there's a product name that is your own, you don't want them bidding on that.
Yeah. Like number sparkles.
Sure.
Is that what you mean?
Or surprise ball with a C because it's yours.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
Like you can't stop them from bidding on sparklers, like letter sparklers or number sparklers, but surprise with the spelling difference, you can definitely say no, you cannot bid on that.
Yeah.
So that's a definite possibility. And then the only other thing I want to talk about is your goal of press coverage. There were a lot of questions from the students about kind of what you're going for there. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? And then that'll be our last question, then we'll turn it over to the students.
Well, Judy always has said that the best marketing is getting features. And over the years, she's gotten lots of features from many different magazines, InStyle, Vogue, People, I mean, great, blog posts, but really the print magazines have been really good for us. And so we're doing a campaign actually in the next week or so where we're sending magic butterflies. We created a custom greeting card, and we're putting magic butterflies inside of each card and sending it out to the different media contacts that we have, as well as to all of our sales reps to educate them about that product and to just, as a way to surprise everyone with something sweet. So, but, we're sharing a story about Tops and getting coverage about, what you said earlier. We're a unique company that we want to create these products to encourage people to create memories. And so I think the feeling of the company and the fact that the products, a majority of them are handmade in the USA, and that it has had such a history that it should be really easy for us to get more features, more media features, more editorial.
What I really want to do right now, my goal for this year is I want to get a story, not just like we're going to be an InStyle for, what it was, something this month. It just came out. Whatever. I don't even remember what it was. 4th of July sparklers, I think. But I want to get a story on Tops. So that's my goal of what I want to do in some major in many magazines. Okay, we've had articles. Actually, there is one probably on the blog or somewhere. It's up there that came from gift and decorative accessories, but that's more of an in business to business. So I'd like to get one that's to consumers. We've always done well. I mean, we've always gotten, I don't know, we've got to get a lot of blogs and a lot of more regional magazines, but we usually get about 6 magazines a year, 4 to 6 a year, major magazines. I don't remember your question.
it's already answered. I just asked you to kind of talk about why that was a goal and kind of what you were shooting for there. So yeah.
I think it's a good thing, yeah. I mean, but I've always done that, and I don't know much about social media. I don't even go on it, so.
It's okay. It's better not to.
Yeah.
Especially right now. All right, so we're going to turn it over to the students. Amanda, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Perfect. So we actually already have a few questions that have been submitted via the chat function. Thank you, everyone, for using that. The first question we had, it takes us back to the story that Judy was telling us, receiving a call the other day from a customer who was searching and searching for Tops Malibu. So someone was curious as to what the search terms were that person was using to search for you that took them a while to find you.
Oh, shoot. I'll see if I have. What day was this? Where are we? It was just. I don't know if I wrote it in this book or somewhere else. I'll give me. You can give me 30 seconds. Well, I'll keep looking for it while I'm. Because I'm going to put Dharma. It was something to do with ribbon ball or gifts of ball, and she said I just didn't know what to do, and I said, "Oh, tell me those words." And I don't know. I'm gonna have to find it, but I'll find it. I just don't know paper somewhere else.
All right. If you'd like, you can email me those terms, and I can push those out to the students, so that way you don't have to do it right now.
Okay.
So our next question is, someone asked if you are currently spending anything for keywords through Google AdWords, and if so, you're not currently. Are there any?
I don't have the experienced person on staff who knows how to set it up confidently to do that. So we're seeking someone. Judy's son Jordan come on board to help with the team, and so yeah. So we're seeking someone to help manage that area of the business.
Okay, perfect. And then, do you have any key products that you would like to promote via Google AdWords once you do have the capabilities?
Sparklers, number sparklers, letters, sparklers, our surprise balls, confetti fountains, magic butterflies. The top selling, the best selling products. We're coming out with a new product that we would like to probably do a big push on, which is going to be called the Intention Capsule, and it's a bracelet that has an intention. So, but the name of the product is Intention Capsule Bracelet. So
it has a little capsule. We have an aluminum capsule that we designed many years ago, 34 years ago, for inside of our candles to hold a message. And now we've been selling it as a wish capsule. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Jordan, is there any way that my son can get on with us? I'm with OSU. Is there any way that he could sign in?
Yeah, if someone can forward him the invite that I sent out, he should be able to join by phone or by computer.
With students from Oregon, and if Courtney's sending you the link, if you'd like to join us in this conversation, which has gone on for some time. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
OSU, it's a college. I'm just sending you the email.
All right.
I'll step out.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries. Okay, so we have another question from Becky. How do you support an online customer after purchase? Can someone log in and check progress of their order?
I think we send them back something saying your order it's been invoiced and it's being sent. So I do believe we answered them that way.
Okay. And we have from Nicole, does your current website serve both business B2C and B2B customers, or do you have separate sites for that?
No, we don't have a separate site. They have to call in or email in wholesale. We don't have it online. And that would be something I think we really need to do. We started to and stopped for a specific reason, but now I would think that would make a lot of sense. So right now, a lot of wholesale people use our website to look, and then they have to email us what they want.
Okay. And then we have someone, Nicole again, asking if you've ever received customer feedback regarding the minimum $20 purchase requirement.
Never have, ever, which is interesting.
And the one thing for me that's also interesting is, and Judy, they only use FedEx. So
our shipping is very expensive.
So
because sparklers you can only ship by FedEx, you can't do it by USPS.
So I feel as though there's a possibility that the retail sales could be, it's okay, it's up there at the top, Judy. The retail sales could be higher if we offered that option, but that's just,
well, we can't.
I know.
I mean, we can't legally. So we can offer things that, so our shipping is very high. I mean, it's FedEx.
That is the last student question for now. Kate, do you have any other questions that might help students?
Not right off the top of my head. I'm sure they will come up with a few more in which we will, if there's anything I can't answer myself, which, by the way, most of them we can kind of figure out on our own. But Judy, if the students come across anything that I can't answer myself, we'll communicate through Amanda to get any answers for them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm really helpful. This is fun. So, and then what is the outcome of this? When would we hear back ideas? How does that work?
So the students still have to go through an additional 4 weeks of the course, in which they'll be creating and refining a search engine optimization and search engine marketing plan for Tops Malibu. Then Kate and our other instructor, Rachel, who couldn't join us today, will be going through all of the projects to give them some feedback. Once the students have had a chance to incorporate that feedback, we'll pick the top 3 to 4, and we'll send those your way for your review. And then you can take, bits and pieces from the plans, etc. And then we do ask for a little bit of feedback for the student who submitted the plan. But that's how to expect that. It takes about 3, maybe 4 weeks after the course ends for you to receive that information, just because they need a chance to incorporate everything after it's been graded.
Oh, okay. Great. And Kate, what is your email address?
I sent it to you already just now.
Do I have your email address?
I just sent it to her. I found your email address on a thread because I knew she was going to ask for it. So
it is the easiest thing in the world to figure out.
What is it?
It's katemorris@gmail.com.
Okay, cool. Oh, you were in one, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. I was actually there when they announced Gmail, and everybody thought it was a joke. It was launched on April 1st. I think it was 2003, and everybody thought it was a joke.
Yep, I came in a little later. I had Judy M. Walker.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a married name now, and my married name isn't available. I actually emailed the person that owns it and was like, "Hi, can I have it?" She's like, "No." Come on.
You got spoiled.
I did. I know. Fair. All right. I think we're good.
I think so. We haven't had any more questions come in. So with that, thank you so much, Judy and Courtney and Kate, for everything. This has been wonderful, and we've actually learned even more about Tops Malibu than I did before.
Okay.
So,
Yay.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Have a great day, everybody.
Aloha.